Hey everyone, Omogonix here and welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. So in today's video guys, we're going to be talking about the new Sea of Thieves anniversary update which came out not all that long ago. It was just about over a week ago now when it came out. And I've been wanting to make like a review on it, and I feel like now that I've been playing it quite a lot recently, now I'm going to make this review. Now, in this review, I'm basically going to be mentioning the fundamental parts of the update. I'm not going to be mentioning everything. I mean, who knows, maybe I will be mentioning everything. But I just feel like there's some things that I'm forgetting that I'm going to talk about here. So if I do forget anything, I do apologize for that. Be sure to tell me in the comments below if there's anything I do forget to talk about in this update. Basically, I'm just going to be talking about the things that I found most prominent to me in my experience with the update. So yeah, anyways guys, let's get into it. So the first thing I do want to talk about is the new arena mode, which is very PvP based. In fact, I really like arena because it really does test your skills in PvP. I've played about 2 games of arena now, and in my first one it was just me and another friend. We had no randoms playing with us, so basically it was really hard for us to try win, you know, so we struggled kind of. It was just 2 people on a 4-man galleon, and then we all had these other 4-man galleons around, but we did pretty decent. We'll come in first a few times, you know, for a couple of minutes straight, but then yeah, we'll fall back down again, and you know, we tried very well. And I feel like PvP in Sea of Thieves with arena mode is really good with testing out your skills and everything, like I just mentioned before. And the second game I played, by the way, I actually got a win. I was playing with 2 friends this time along with a random, so we had a 4-man galleon, which made it pretty easy for us. And yeah, we did pretty well. We came first, and yeah, it was a really fun game in general, and it really does just make you better at PvP as well. So if you are just playing adventure mode, which is what the normal mode in Sea of Thieves is called now, if you're just playing adventure mode, you know, you are now better at PvP if you are playing arena, because it really does better your skills. And I'm someone myself who doesn't really engage in PvP in adventure mode, since I'm someone who just likes to stay away from other players and I just like to do my own thing. But you see, arena gives me that time to want to do PvP, because arena is PvP after all, so obviously you're gonna want to just do PvP, right? So yeah, in arena it actually does give me that time to really focus on improving my skills, and that's what it's really good for as well. So if you are someone who does play Sea of Thieves and you've thought about trying the new arena mode out, well, be sure to, because it really does better your skills in PvP, especially if you're someone who's not good at it. And so yeah, that's all I have to really mention there in terms of the skills, because you know, it really does improve it. And I feel like I'm a lot better at PvP now that I've been playing arena and I've been improving myself. And so yeah, it's really fun, trust me, it really is just great. I've had so many battles in that, like some really good ship battles, and yeah. And also, in order to earn points in arena, you must either shoot other people's ships, kill other players, and also you collect chests as well, so you get given a map which all the other players on all the other ships have as well. So you basically got to go to the same island, which is basically what would make it kind of difficult for those who are trying to get treasure, you know, because you got all these other ships going to the same island as well. You know, I remember once me and every other ship there, I think there was like 4 other ships, we were all in this massive ship battle, and yeah, it's really fun. And also, if you want to earn extra points, like I said before, digging up treasure chests, that's a good way to do it, and then handing them in to these boats with like flares flying off them. You know, you hand them in to those people, and then basically you get like 1,000 points per chest or something. It could be something more, something a bit less, depending on what chest it is, I think. But yeah, overall arena is really fun, and I really do recommend it for those who really want to get better at PvP. And yeah. So the next thing I want to talk about is fishing. Now, fishing in Sea of Thieves is very much like Red Dead Redemption 2's, and this is something that I realized after a couple of tries of it, because I thought like, oh damn, this is actually really hard, but then you actually get used to it after a while. And if you are someone who hasn't played Sea of Thieves new anniversary update yet, and you haven't tried out the fishing, well, hopefully this does help you with it and you won't have to struggle like I did. Because you see, it's just like Red Dead Redemption 2's in a way. Basically, you just throw out the rod and you just wait for a fish to come. But you know, this time it's different, and so you have to just like move the left stick around, or if you're on PC, I think it's just your mouse or something, right? So you just have to move the left stick around and then basically try to get the fish hooked on. And then what you want to do is you just want to move your fishing rod in the direction in which you want to just tire out the fish. So basically tiring out the fish can be kind of hard to do in Sea of Thieves, since it does actually take a few minutes to do. In Red Dead Redemption 2's it's a lot easier in terms of tiring out the fish, because it doesn't take as long. But in Sea of Thieves it takes so long to tire out the fish, which isn't a bad thing in a way. It actually does make it kind of challenging, which is good. You know, you wouldn't want it to be too easy. And so basically then once it's tired out, you then start reeling it in, and then, you know, it goes spasticated again. And so yeah, basically you just want to keep on doing that, and that's how fishing in Sea of Thieves works. It's very much like Red Dead Redemption 2's fishing, which is something that I realized and I got the hang of and I took advantage of. And so yeah, overall I really do like it, and also you can even cook up the fish and it actually regenerates your health as well. But I will get to that in a later point in the video, because that's actually something that I want to talk about last. And so yeah, basically fishing in Sea of Thieves is really cool. There's a different variety of fish you can get, and also you can even hand them into these sea posts, because there's this new leveling up system called the Hunter's Call. And so it's basically like the Gold Hoarders and the Order of Souls, and also, the Merchant Alliance as well. Basically it's leveling up just like those. I'm pretty sure it does go up to level 50 just like them, and that's something that I forgot to mention with Arena as well. There's this new leveling up system called the Sea Dogs. So yeah, it's basically just like the Gold Hoarders and stuff like that, like I mentioned before. And every game of Arena you play, you then level up. Once I won a game of Arena, I actually leveled up 4 levels, so now I'm a level 6. Yeah, with the Hunter's Call, it actually would take quite a while to get to level 2, in fact, because me and my friends were actually fishing at a sea post, and we handed in about, like, say 10 or so fish, and we only got just halfway through level 1 on the Hunter's Call. So yeah, it's a new leveling up thing, a new trade post, I guess you could say. So yeah, if you are someone who's a pirate legend already and you haven't played the game in a while, well, just to let you know, there are 2 new leveling up systems in Sea of Thieves, the Hunter's Call and the Sea Dogs. So if you are someone who wants to level up and, you know, fish or just play Arena, then yeah, be sure to do that. So the next thing that I want to talk about, which I was going to talk about last because it's one of the biggest things I want to talk about, is the Tall Tales. Now this is basically Sea of Thieves' story mode, and it's a lot better than I expected, like it really is. And I do recommend playing with other people as well, as it's a lot more fun. But if you are someone that just wants to do it solo for the more adventurous experience, then yeah, be sure to. So basically me and my 2 friends lately have been playing the Tall Tales, and we've been doing the story mode quite a lot recently. We've been spending a couple of hours a day on it, and it's really good. It is really good. It feels authentic, really authentic. It's what I would imagine Sea of Thieves to really be. The Tall Tales in this is amazing. Now I am going to show some gameplay here of it. I don't want to give too much away, I don't want to spoil anything, so all I'm going to say, right, is that Tall Tales in Sea of Thieves, right, like I just said before, it's authentic. And the music in it is amazing, and also these cool little puzzles you can do are really, really cool, and also just everything to do with it is unique. And if you are someone who is looking to have some new experiences in Sea of Thieves that you would have never had before, or just can't have when playing normally, then be sure to do the story mode, because there are a lot of experiences and there's a lot of fun to be had that you can't have when playing normally, you know. If so, yeah, be sure to try out the story mode, try it out with some friends as well. It'll make it a lot easier. And also there's some new bosses as well, like Captain Briggsy, for example. I won't get too into that because, like I said, I don't really want to spoil anything. But yeah, there's some new captains as well, and some new bosses that you can defeat, and it really is fun to do. There's some cool dialogue with the NPCs, just everything about it is amazing. I would love to get into more detail about it, but it's just hard to put my thoughts into words on to how amazing the Tall Tales are. In fact, I was just going to make a whole video based on this, on the Tall Tales and how great they are. The atmosphere is amazing, like it's really amazing. The atmosphere in the Tall Tales and Sea of Thieves is amazing, and it just feels like authentic Sea of Thieves. It really does. It feels like how Sea of Thieves is meant to be, and just, yeah, hopefully they do bring out more of these Tall Tales as well, so once I'm done finishing them, then I won't have to like replay them or anything. You know, I just want to like get to new ones, so hopefully in a future update they do bring out more Tall Tales, which would be really good. It would add some great content to the game, as I'm already enjoying these, and I'm pretty sure I've actually got quite a couple of more to do. I've done about like 5 of them now, I think, but yeah, I don't really know how much there are, but all I can say is that if you are someone who hasn't really played Sea of Thieves in a while, and you're thinking about trying out the new anniversary update, definitely do try it out, especially because of the Tall Tales. They are one of the best things in it, and also whenever I'm playing with friends as well on Tall Tales, I feel like I have to record like every single minute of it, and just get a bunch of gameplay clips of it because of how amazing it is, and because of how just amazing the gameplay experience is. It's very mysterious as well, and also it does require a lot of like thought and skill in terms of your navigation, as well as it's going to give some hard clues sometimes. And I remember on a certain quest, right, it was just too hard for us to do, so we basically had to use Google in order to even solve it. So if you are someone who really does want to put your navigation skills to the test, then be sure to try out the Tall Tales as well, as it will really test it out. It really will. I mean, like I said, one time I actually had to use a gameplay walkthrough guide in order to even get past one of the quests, because it was just too hard for me and my friends to even do, and we're generally really good at navigating. But yeah, all I'm going to say is that it's amazing. And so yeah, now let's move on to the next thing, which is extended ship damage. So in Sea of Thieves, one of the only things that could get damaged on your ship was the hull. So whenever your ship got shot, no matter where it got shot, basically only the hull would get damaged. And for those who don't know what the hull is, it's basically like the body of the ship, you know, so basically it'll get holes in it and then your ship would sink basically. But now there's actually a lot more to do with ship damage in Sea of Thieves. In fact, even now the anchor can get damaged, which means you have to repair the anchor now. So whenever your anchor gets shot, basically certain parts of it will come off, in which you have to like replace with wooden planks. And I do think I do have some gameplay here, so I might show some gameplay here. I think I do have some, like I said, so if I do, then here it is right here, basically, of me showing off the extended ship damage and me fixing up the ship basically. And also the masts can fall down now, so you have to fix up the masts. Basically you have to go to one of the ropes, and then you have to like angle it up, and then what you have to do is then get some wooden planks and you have to fix it all up, and just make sure it stays up and all that sort of stuff. Make sure it doesn't fall down again. And so yeah, also I'm pretty sure steering wheels can get damaged as well now. I haven't seen the steering wheels get damaged before, but I think I saw it in one of the anniversary update trailers, so I'm pretty sure it does get damaged, steering wheels do. But what I do know is that not only does the hull get damaged now, but so do the masts, the anchor, and I'm pretty sure also the steering wheel as well. So that is really cool. There's a bunch of new ship damage, and it really does add to the experience of it, and it really does make it feel more real as well, in terms of like where your ship's getting shot, right, you would expect it to get damaged, and one of the last places that people would expect their ship to get damaged now is the mast. So if you're going to be shooting at the masts, then it's a really good tactic as well if you're playing an arena or something and you're doing some PvP, or just even in adventure mode when you're doing PvP, right? Aim for the masts and it'll just basically stop their ship in their path, and it'll give you a good advantage. And so yeah, it's really amazing, the new ship damage. It's really detailed, and what's the word I'm just searching for? I don't know what the word is, but it's kind of in relation to the amount of detail there is. But yeah, Sea of Thieves with its new ship damage is very detailed in fact, because you wouldn't expect that sort of ship damage. I remember when I saw that in the trailer, I was kind of shocked, to be completely honest. Like, wait, there's all this ship damage now? Which is really cool, and yeah, I just really love it. And so I feel like I could talk on more about that, but there's just some things that you can't put into words, if you know what I mean. I mentioned this earlier, you can't really put your thoughts into words. But anyways, now let's get to the new food and cooking. So now in Sea of Thieves, guys, there's not just bananas anymore, as there's a lot more things. So like I mentioned before, you can fish, so you can get fish and you can cook them. And what's cool about fish, right, is when you're eating them, right, raw, they're not going to regen your health pretty much at all. It's basically just going to put it up by like 0.1 or 0.2% of your health bar. But if you cook them, however, it's going to put up your health bar quite a lot, and also it's even going to continue to regenerate it. And if you do already have a full health bar, right, what it's basically going to do is it's going to have this skull at the very left of the health bar. You guys probably know about this, right? And there's this grey area around it, and what's going to happen is it's basically going to form like a kind of like a green thing around that skull. So it's kind of like a shield in a way, I see it as. Kind of reminds me of a shield sort of thing, you know, or it just extended health, so then you get that little bit of damage resistance, which I think is really cool. I only just found out about that. I remember I was eating some cooked fish to see how the regeneration worked, and then once it got past a full health point, right, I noticed that on the left hand corner the skull basically was kind of getting this green thing around it as well. So I'm like, oh cool, it can regenerate past that point, so basically you're giving yourself even extra health. So it's basically just like an extra bit of health, which can help with your damage resistance, which I think is really good. And also there's coconuts. Not only is there fish, but there's also coconuts. There is pears, I think. There's tomatoes, I'm pretty sure. There's also, what else is there? There's worms, earthworms. There's leeches, there's grubs, which basically those last three things I mentioned aren't really food, they're more meant for bait for your fishing rod. And so yeah, there's also a few more things as well, I just can't get them on the top of my head. I think that is all I mentioned that there is. There could be more, I think there is more. Correct me if I'm wrong there, correct me if there's anything I did miss out on. Yeah, basically you can cook food now, like I just mentioned before, and also whenever you try to cook things like bananas or coconuts or pears, like I just mentioned, it gets burnt, basically. So here's a tip, right, don't burn your food, otherwise it will not regenerate your health at all. That's just a tip there. And so yeah, so anyways guys, that is the end of this video. Sorry if there were just some things that I feel like I could have explained more of, but I didn't explain more of, or if there's anything I dragged on. Sometimes that does happen. I feel like I have to explain something for a while and just go in depth about it and just go full in detail about what I'm thinking. But hopefully you guys did enjoy, and hopefully you guys did enjoy my explanations of these things. And hopefully if you're someone who hasn't played Sea of Thieves in a while, or if you haven't played at all, you're thinking about playing now, because the new anniversary update in Sea of Thieves is something worth trying out, and hopefully my review on it did help you get some insight on what it's like. And like I mentioned before with the Tall Tales, they're really authentic and the atmosphere is amazing. I also love the music in it as well. It's really, really good and adds a very mysterious feel to it. Just everything about the new anniversary update in Sea of Thieves does give a lot more content to try out, because Sea of Thieves, when you think about it, can be a very boring game. But now with all this new content, and it's not just doing the same thing over and over again, it's a lot more fun. That's something I actually forgot to mention. It's a lot more fun now. And so yeah, anyways guys, I'll see you all soon in my next video. If you did enjoy, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hopefully you all did enjoy, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.